Hey, welcome to my channel. We're still doing our 5-week log challenge. Get through tomorrow's the 19th, so that's the last day. Bye. Hello, hello. It's breakfast time again. It's Sunday morning, and I am going to measure out 2 servings of bacon bits, which is 14 grams. There's my bacon bits. And I already have some melting bacon grease. So now I'm going to smush that around, and I'm going to add some frozen onions. I had bought a package of onions from Walmart. I bought the one you can buy in the produce section. It's the diced onions. And so I like to spread it out on a cookie sheet and then freeze it. They're already diced up and ready to go. And to me, it seems like they're in smaller pieces than when you buy the bag of frozen onions. I don't know, I could be just weird, but I could be totally wrong. But it seems like it's smaller pieces than the frozen onions. So I'm going to cover this and kind of let it melt together a little bit, kind of help brown the onions, caramelize the onions, and soften up the bacon bits. In the meantime, I'm going to get 2 servings of this sun-dried tomato, and that's going to be 10 grams. And what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to move my scale. I use my scale for everything. In the meantime, I'm going to chop up these tomato pieces. You may not be able to see it because I'm on the other side of the skillet. But I'm just going to chop them up into smaller pieces so that I didn't yesterday. And I'm like, oh, well, I should have done that. Anyway, whatever chopping method is easier for you. You may not want to dirty up a knife. But I only really cook twice a week, and that's my breakfast on the weekends. So that's going to be ready to go. I'm also going to grab my eggs. Maybe just a little bit longer here. I'm going to be using 3 eggs. So I'm going to pull them out. And I'll get these put away. One of my coworkers is talking about getting chickens. So someday I may be buying eggs from her. We will see how that goes. Getting the bowl out and ready. And if you know me, you know I always forget the salt. So let me grab that now. If it's sitting right here, I don't forget it as much. Okay, so let's crack the eggs into here. If I'm making fried eggs where I don't do anything but just break the yolk, I like my cast iron skillet. But if I'm going to be shushing them around and mixing it up, I prefer this skillet, the no stick skillet. Hang on, I gotta wash my hands. Okay, so now I'm going to add some salt. That's a lot of salt. Some no salt and some of my ground white pepper. Move them out of the way. And get my stuff all mixed together. I prefer it kind of like an omelet style. And I just do it I like it just doing it this way. You could be fancy and dirty up another bowl and mix it all up before you put your eggs in, but who has time to be fancy and who wants to do more dishes? I don't mind it having some egg whites along with egg yellows. It don't have to be all fancy for me. Now I'm going to cover it. I told you yesterday I keep my cheese in the freezer. So in order to break it up a little bit, I use my hammer, my handy dandy kitchen hammer, and I beat it up so now it's broken up a little bit more. Oh shoot, let me add these tomatoes in here. Just gonna kind of sprinkle that around on the top. I should have done it before I mixed it up, but that's all right. It'll still taste good. Just kind of spread it around. Now cover it up. And I'm going to go on and measure out 14 grams of cheese, which is 1/2 of a serving of cheese. I'm telling you, a kitchen scale is very practical. If you're counting calories, then it's a really good idea to have. So now I'm going to toss this cheese back in the freezer because I won't be using it probably until next week. So it goes back in the freezer with the onions too. Very, very carefully, we're going to flip this bad boy. Ow. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is, since it is frozen cheese, I'm going to sprinkle it over the top. I'm going to cover it up and let it all melt. I'll turn off my burner. Cover it till it's melted, and then I'll be back. Hey, if any of you guys make videos or record, what app do you use to record? I'm currently using one, and it's fine, but now that I'm considering, if I want to make a crochet tutorial, it may take a couple days. Like I want to demonstrate how I do my dolls, and it might take a couple days, so I would not be able to record my food with that same recording app. So I was just curious, do you just use your phone's, you just hit record every time, or do you record through an app? What method do you use if you record videos? So there we go. That is my breakfast. Hang on, I'm making a mess over there. That is my breakfast on a Sunday morning. See you later. Oh, and I finished drinking my coffee already. In the middle of this, I'm having a cup of my chocolate salt electrolyte that I made. It's pretty good. I got a cup, I microwaved some hot water for about 1.5 minutes and put in about a teaspoon, and away we go. I'm also microwaving my lunch because I'm hungry. It's 11:30. There's my lunch, my rutabaga lasagna. Let's talk while I make up my coffees. Family is coming into town on Saturday to my mom's house, and it's going to be holidays as usual. So Mom has written out what she's going to have while everybody's here. Her and my sister figured it out. So I want to kind of run through with you all what my plan is for each of these days. Well, what I think my plan is. But things happen, things change. So, sister's coming to town and on Saturday, and my mom is planning to have pulled pork. She said that she is going to not season it, she's going to season it, but she's got a dry rub, and we discussed the ingredients and they were fine. She's going to not put barbecue sauce on on all of it. So I'm going to pick up this week. I'm going to pick up some G. Hughes barbecue sauce. I'm almost out, so I need some. Anyway, so I'll add my own G. Hughes if I want it, or I'll just eat it without barbecue sauce. I like pulled pork plain too. So this was instant coffee, 2 tablespoons. Then, so I'll take my own pulled pork. She says they're having green beans. That's fine. I can eat green beans, or I can have no green beans. I mean, I like green beans, and I'm perfectly fine with eating green beans. Green beans didn't make me fat. Bread, pasta, sugar, that's what made me fat. So I'm not stressed about eating some green beans, even though they are a little bit higher carb vegetable. Then Sunday, she's going to make chili. So what I'm going to do, I'm off. I took off Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So I am going to take my ground beef that I make up, and I am going to doctor up my ground beef and with chili powder and probably with all the Asian seasonings that I like. So I'll doctor up my ground beef that way, and I'll take it over to Mom's house. So I have no problems, because I live in the next town over. I have no problem bringing my own food to somebody's house. If it means I get to spend quality time with the family, it is literally just one meal, and then you're back to spending time together. So I will sit side by side with my family and eat the food I bring and not even worry too much. So anyway, so yeah, so I will bring my own version of chili while they eat their chili, and I'll probably add some of the cheese and maybe a little sour cream to it. So that's Sunday. Monday, Mom is making lasagna. Well, guess who still has one left? I had one lasagna today. I'm gonna have one tomorrow, and then I will save the next one for next Monday. So that way, when they're eating their lasagna, I'll be eating my lasagna. So, yeah. And then, hang on, let me get my protein powder. So then, Tuesday, she's having a taco bar. So what I'm going to order what I'm going to get while I'm at Walmart this week picking up my groceries, I'm going to pick up some of those Bandero, whatever, I think Bandero brand, low carb tortillas. So then that way I can have a couple of those, and if somebody else wants some, they can have them too. And so I'm going to take those, so that way I don't do anything out of control, because I can have the meat, I can have the cheese, I can have the lettuce, the sour cream, some of the tomatoes and salsa. I can have all that stuff. So I'll do that. That's taco bar. Wednesday, they're going to go to Pizza Inn buffet. In the past, it was several years ago, 2-3 years ago, however many, I called ahead of time, and they made me a pizza bake. So that's on Wednesday, so I will call maybe Tuesday and see if they're still willing to do that for me. If not, I'll get the buffet and just eat the topping off of the pizza and leave it at that. And maybe salad bar. So anyway, so that is the game plan. So if you're going somewhere for the holidays, if you're relying on other people, my suggestion is find out what they're having. You know, most people make up some type of list, even if it's minimal list, what they're having, and then and they know. Now those are like the main meals for the day. In the meantime, they will have their lunch meat, and they'll have, you know, leftovers from the day before, whatever else they have. But by the same token, I will either go over after lunch or take my own lunch. Again, I have no problem taking my own food to my family's house. They know that I'm trying to be healthy. They would rather me try to be healthy than go and eat all the bad things and get sick again. So that's my recommendation, is find out what your family's having whenever you're going to be there, whether it's a day or a week or whatever. Find out what they're serving, and then you can adapt accordingly. So that's what I did. That's what I found out. And that's what I'm going to be doing. Like I said, my family would rather see me succeed than binge and go off the deep end and go back to where I was. So yeah, that's my game plan. Just like when I go to work, I take my food with me to work. I'll take it to Mom's house. And yeah, that's what I'll do. So I'll eat breakfast here and maybe leave out around 10 and then go over to Mom's. And then, and then I may eat lunch over there and then eat supper and then come back. So it'll all we'll see how it all plays out. But that's my game plan. Okay, bye. And supper time, we've got ground beef. We've got my au gratin rutabaga. Chopped it up before I put it in the microwave. I put it out on a paper plate and then chopped it up. So to go with that, I think I'm gonna add some garam masala. Gonna add some turmeric. Add some paprika, smoked paprika. And let's see, a little bit of chili powder. We'll do some curry and ginger. So there's some ginger and some curry. This absolutely may not go together, but I'm just feeling some sesame seeds. Hang on, my dog's barking. Okay. Now they're all going to come running because I whistled at them. But I don't mind. I'll whistle at them if it stops them from barking. And even if they do come in and like, what? What you want? Why didn't you? What you going to give us, Mom? Oh, no, she's still out there. Hang on, she didn't come in. Okay. I opened the door and said, you better settle yourself. And here she comes. She's like, ooh, what's she want? What's she going to do? She got something exciting? She just likes to go out there. Nothing's going on. Nobody's out there. She just likes to stand out there every now and then and tell the neighborhood about her feelings. Whatever her feelings are in the moment, she likes to just tell the neighborhood all about it. Yeah, that's real good. So, that's my supper. Ground beef and au gratin rutabaga. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.